Hello and good day, my friends, and welcome back to Mass Effect Andromeda. Last time we were together, we arrived back at the Nexus, and we got to talk with our sis. And not really sure if I went the right road with that. Like, should I have told her that Father was out on a mission, or still alive and not dead, and then told that Earth was a bust, or vice versa, or just said everything was fine and dandy? I don't know. I may have hampered the healing process quite a bit because I was being honest, but I don't know. I think it's better to be honest ahead of time than later, because let's just say if we go back to the times of Mass Effect 3, if I told Rex that the Solarians were giving me an alternative method, he would have kind of been mad. Even though the first time I tried to tell him, I got cut off. Anyways, enough about reminiscing about old times. It's time to get back to the new. We came to talk to Addison here because we apparently need to do something about getting an assistant replaced back on EOS. But let's go ahead and talk to Addison.
You've shaken things up, Pathfinder. My department actually has colonial affairs to direct. And you have new tools to help grow the initiative. AVP, ready for spending.
Okay, tell me about it.
Sam said there was new functionality to discuss.
It's how the initiative was designed to support the Pathfinder. You and your team are out there making Andromeda viable. That empowers all of us. Hit a threshold. A new cryo group can be brought out. Want more focus on research, like on Prodromos? That's your call. Brecker will introduce the interface and handle minutiae. All you need to do is decide what life in Andromeda means. No pressure.
Wow. Okay, so let's go talk to Brekka and kind of understand things. Getting to know the Nexus. Yes, that would be important. Anyways, we need to talk to you about how to colonize the Andromeda.
Hello, Pathfinder. I am Cryo Deployment Administrator Vladimir Brekka, C-63 Galati. Your first task is to decide irrevocably the course of every life in the initiative.
Whoa, that seems like... too much.
Yes, of course. But now you respect what we're doing. Andromeda viability and Nexus thresholds are your tools, your reward, and our future. How can I help?
What's the rundown on AVP?
Much of the preparation in the Milky Way was determining how to measure success. Thresholds are about capacity, but this is about cost, what we can actually afford to support. Points aren't the most elegant system, but it makes it clear. The more you earn, the more we can deploy.
How are you measuring thresholds?
It's based on resource estimates and general stability, a metric of acceptable scope and risk. The more you achieve, the greater capacity we can accommodate, the more the initiative can do for you. Simplest explanation, the more you do, the more room we have to grow.
Yeah, that sounds about all I'm really going to get out of this conversation. Anyways.
So, I decide what groups to wake up. Won't everyone be out eventually?
Absolutely, but there's an order to things, lines of support. You can't deploy an omelet without first deploying eggs, and eggs won't get you steak. Except it's people, and how all our lives begin.
Alright, Brekka. Where do I start?
The interface is active and will respond only to a Pathfinder. It's ready for your first selection. You may begin shaping the initiative at your leisure.
Okay. So we spoke to the assistant. Now we need to talk to Addison and the assistant to redeploy Leto. Okay, let's talk to you again.
Hello again, Pathfinder.
Here we go.
I have info on a specific sleeper I'd like brought out of cryo.
I want to avoid that entirely. For reasons.
Reasons? That's it?
Look, you're the Pathfinder. If you've a request for your extended team, that's a request you can make. Access the sleeper records through Brekker's console. It's none of my business. Until you make it a problem for me. Understood?
Oh, so this is the AVP status control. Let's go ahead and take a look. Okay. A lot of information all at once. Let's see what we got here. Each time the Nexus levels up, you can awaken a new group of settlers from cryosleep. Different groups offer varied gameplay benefits. New options become available as you increase viability across the cluster. Okay, that makes kind of sense. So, let's see. Ooh, there's 3 of them that we need to do. So we have 1 point available. What does this do? Let's see. Oh, there's a lot of stuff here, but I'm not going to really look into that. I'm going to check it out later because I want to kind of advance the story a little bit. Anyways, let's talk to you.
We await your first application of AVP, Pathfinder. Just access the interface.
Oh, really? You're going to make me do that? Okay, fine. Science pods. Let's see. Let's see. What does this do? Lab technicians. Earn research points at regular intervals. That kind of sounds handy. And mining operations. Actually, I want to go with that one because the mining in this game is not all that great. So let's go ahead and do this one. Okay. So, collect rewards. Okay, so interesting. So we have to come back here every single time in order to grab stuff or to get the points. But at least we're getting minerals now and some of the harder to get ones. Okay. Let's see now. Let's go ahead and check out our journal and see what we got. After establishing a new outpost, 10 in the initiative have more faith in your abilities as Pathfinder. You're now free to follow the lead you discovered on the Remnant on Eos, the existence of a potentially active vault. Okay, let's not do that one right now. Let's see, allies and relationships. Don't really need that one. We need to find leads on the missing arcs. That we can do soon enough. What do we got on EO? Let's see. Chief Engineer Grace Leto was one of the last people off EOS after watching both Promise and Resilience slowly fail. She went back to cry on the Nexus. She might be willing to redeploy once your outpost is placed. Okay. So, who do I need to talk to get this done? I assume you, because last time Addison didn't want to talk to me.
AVP leveling continues as per your directions. And of course, the interface remains accessible for any future adjustments. Sweet protocol and process. Now we are living.
Okay, let's do this one.
I have a specific person I want brought out of cryo.
Name and designation if available.
That's it? You'll just do it?
Nowhere in my job description does it say, argue with the Pathfinder. That said, I record all interactions. If something you ask for causes trouble, there will be no doubt that you're responsible.
I heard that the chief engineer on Eos went back into cryo.
There have been a few such requests. The first few months in Helios were disheartening.
Now that Prodromos is on track, I want her redeployed.
Chief Engineer Grace Leto, designation E97 Durango. Deployment will begin shortly. Is there anything else, Pathfinder?
Another time.
Pathfinder.
Okay. So we got the scientist back to Eos. I don't remember how we came across her, but we did it. And apparently there was someone else that we could get out of cryo, but... oh, do we really want to check that out? Nah, we got some other stuff we need to work on. Okay. Helios assignments. Okay, nothing else there. Getting to know the Nexus. Let's go ahead and do that one, because we really haven't explored this place all that much. Okay, so we need to go speak with Tan, which I'm pretty sure... oh, wow. Wow, now they really... wait. Oh, you want to talk to me? Who are you?
Ryder, isn't it? Kerry Tavessa, freelance vidmaker. This is Hakim, my producer. I could use your help.
What are you looking for?
Director Tan's asked for an uplifting documentary on the initiative. Translation, paint rainbows over our problems. But our problems are history. People deserve the truth, not propaganda.
It takes integrity to record the truth and nothing but.
Well, I do my best. And you could help me out. The heart of my documentary will be an interview series. I was hoping you'd take part. I want the dirt and blood of our story, not the convenient fairy tale Tan's looking for. Interested?
Okay, interview away.
Let's start at home. 14 months and the Nexus still isn't finished. Arcs are missing, we have people in exile. By any standard, this wasn't the plan. Our leadership describes these as anticipated issues. Would you agree?
Ooh. This is a debatable issue because on one hand we need to do better. Well, we couldn't have planned for the arcs to arrive. Let's go with this one.
All expeditions have to deal with supplies, enemies, or hell, just getting lost. We'll deal with all of them. We just need time.
Tan will love that. But if that's your take, that's what goes in. Bandwidth means I'm transmitting in short bursts, so that's all for now. But you can bet I'll have more questions later. You were great. I'll get to work editing.
Oh boy, that's gonna sound so wrong. I don't know, it's like on the one hand, I feel that that was the proper choice. I mean, we couldn't have planned for getting lost and everything. That these were anticipated issues? No, I do not agree with that. Maybe we do need to do better. Hello. You are a very interesting character in my opinion. You're the first, like, female Solarian I've ever really encountered other than the Daltraps, but she was an old crone. Anyways, moving swiftly on from that matter. Apparently someone's up here that we can talk to. Hello? Jeez Louise, do you have to be on the top floor of everything? Okay, let's go ahead and talk to you. Hello.
Ryder, you're off to a promising start. I meant what I said. You are a symbol now of hope, that things will get better. But until we find the other arcs, a cloud hangs over the initiative.
They're as much a part of the initiative as the human arc. We'll find them.
We have to. Tens of thousands of colonists are unaccounted for. It paints the initiative in an unflattering light. Did you have some other business?
Any more information you can give me on the missing arcs?
No, and that is the distressing part. The Asari, Turian, and Solarian arcs are completely unaccounted for. If they had the same problems with the Scourge that we did, I fear the worst. Should you find any clues, please investigate. Without the other arcs, the promise of the initiative can never be fulfilled.
Are there any other arcs we should expect?
We had hoped Quarians would be part of the first wave. But before departure in 2185, we got word they had technical problems with their ship. It seems they're also bringing along Drell, Hanar, and other species as well. Managing all of their biological needs caused complications. We won't see them for some time to come.
It sounds like the Nexus has had a rough time of it.
Publicly, I would say we're more than up for the challenge. Privately, I can tell you, it's been a disaster. The Scourge killed hundreds, many of them our senior leadership. Even the founder of the initiative, Jean Garson, is dead.
How did Jean Garson die?
With the rest of the leadership, when the Nexus hit the Scourge, a large wing of stasis pods was destroyed. They were killed instantly. These people traveled 600 years and died before they even woke up. Jean Garson never glimpsed Helios. She never saw her vision realized.
Cantor's mentioned something about hitting the Scourge. How did it play out?
Criminal elements took advantage of the emergency and preyed on people's fears. An uprising followed. We had no choice but to turn to the Krogan to deal with them. They crushed the mutiny and the criminals were banished. Exiles, we call them. I doubt we've heard the last of them. They're led by an outlaw, Sloane Kelly. She used to be one of ours.
Who is this Sloane Kelly?
She was head of security on the Nexus. She opposed the uprising at first, but eventually turned traitor and joined them. Misguided sympathy for the plight of the common citizen? Nonsense. They posed a direct threat to our existence.
There don't seem to be many Krogan around.
Good riddance. The Krogan demanded a greater say in political matters. The last place you want them involved. Their muscle, nothing more. Good for fighting and lifting heavy objects. When they didn't get what they wanted, they left.
Why don't you like the Krogan?
It's common knowledge that they are a violent, ignorant species. Long ago, they waged nuclear war on one another. Their planet was decimated. My people tried to uplift them, but the Krogan could never tame their worst instincts. What if they bring their tempers to Andromeda? We'll all be dead.
What more can you tell me about the Initiative?
It represents the greatest migration ever attempted. No one had ventured beyond the Milky Way before. We've all left home in search of freedom, fortune, perhaps a new beginning. We are the bravest souls each species has to offer. I hope the Nexus will serve as the seat of government for us all.
What do you know about the early days of the Initiative?
As most everyone knows, Jean Garson's vision made it happen. She was an entrepreneur on Earth. Wealthy. Young for a human. Garson had the idea for the Initiative in the early 2170s, I believe. Many thought leaving the Milky Way was impossible. But she persevered. And as with most great ideas, the doubters were wrong.
Why do you think most people came?
There are thousands of reasons, one for every colonist here. What does any pilgrim seek? Usually, happiness. Finding the thing that eludes them, the thing to fulfill them. While we cannot promise they will find it, we can facilitate the search.
It looks like a melting pot around here.
The Nexus is home to several Initiative species. Many came ahead of the Arks. The hope is that this station will one day serve as the governing body in Andromeda. Though I'm not sure what they were thinking, lumping Krogan into the mix. As a Solarian, my kind tend to have a low opinion of them. Nothing I've seen here has changed that.
As director of the Initiative, are you in charge around here or what?
If the others would allow me, they don't see me as the rightful successor.
So how does anything get done?
In theory, Kesh handles the Nexus's physical operations, Kandros runs the militia, and Addison manages colonial affairs. I oversee all of it. In practice, we argue, debate, and yell at each other until a decision is made. If we're lucky. It is maddening.
What's their problem with you?
I am not Jean Garson. Our founder was charismatic, eccentric, larger than life. Traits I cannot hope to mimic. She and her inner circle perished in the Scourge, some at the hands of the Exiles, some never made it out of stasis. I was deputy assistant for revenue management. Then all 7 leaders above me died. I was next in line for the role.
So, you're an accountant?
Don't let that fool you. We are all capable of more than we know. When I was young, I was fascinated by the idea of exploring space. Life had its detours, and I went a different direction. Then I heard about the Initiative, and saw my chance to try the path not taken. While I may not be setting foot on new worlds, my authority can ensure that you do.
Right. Sorry. What do I need to consider in making a planet viable?
Assuming the planet supports life, an outpost is critical. People like a roof over their heads, and you'll want to eliminate any hostile threats. Whether that's the cat, or other terrors lurking in Helios, colonists being murdered on sight can be discouraging. Also, scouting and mapping terrain is a priority for any Pathfinder. And don't forget forward stations. You'll want those.
What can you tell me about forward stations?
I was afraid you'd ask. It's mostly what the engineers tell me. A forward station allows mining, equipment repairs, and resupply for field teams. I mean, who wouldn't want that?
That's all. Thanks for your time.
I'm happy to help. You will find our futures depend on each other's success. Good luck.
Okay. Well, I realize that was kind of a bit of a long-winded conversation, but as I stated earlier in this series, this is kind of a playthrough. We're pretty much going to do everything we can find. And so that means talking people to death. There we go. Anyways, so let's see. We got Cash, Kandros, and the scientists. Let's see who's over here. Cash. Ah, you're the Krogan lady. Okay, this should be interesting.
Good job on the outpost. Maybe Addison will lighten up.
What do you mean?
She's been pretty upset about not having an initiative outpost established yet. Understandable, if you ask me. I'm just glad she's got work to focus on now.
What kind of work do you do as superintendent?
I was part of the team that originally designed and built this place. I keep the station functional, or as functional as possible, considering.
I noticed there aren't a lot of Krogan around.
Tan. Ask him why most of my people left. He'll have opinions. I can tell you this much. When the mutiny happened, a deal was made. My clan were supposed to settle matters and, in return, get more say in the initiative.
Did the deal go through?
The clan held up their part, but Tan had a meltdown when he found out we wanted more say around here. Then Addison's assistant, Spender, pretended he never made the deal in the first place. It was a mess, but I don't blame my people for walking out. We're done being used.
With your clan gone, why did you stay?
It's complicated. The station and my clan both need me here.
What sort of problems have you seen on the Nexus?
Situation's gone to shit pretty much sums it up. There's arcs missing. Some idiots tried to mutiny and take over, then more idiots offended my clan, so they left. And to top it all off, the founder of the initiative, Gian Garson, was killed.
What happened to Jean Garson?
Killed in the Scourge disaster. Her and a bunch of the other leaders. Tan might know more.
When we left the Milky Way, the Krogan were still dealing with the genophage.
Right. The genophage. A little gift to our people from the Solarians thousands of years ago. That sterility virus they infected us with left most of our children stillborn. Only 1 in 1,000 survive.
No wonder your people have such a problem with Solarians.
Some wounds never heal. Not that my ancestors didn't provoke it. They did try to conquer the galaxy. The Solarians were forced to respond. And it's not fair to blame it all on them either. The Solarians developed the virus, but it was the Turians who deployed it. I'm hoping that's all in the past. Plenty of blame to go around, but Andromeda is about new beginnings. My people need that more than most.
What about the Krogan here in Andromeda?
There's no cure for it. But my clan was starting to show a mutation against the virus. A natural defense. During the trip to get here, Krogan underwent gene therapies to enhance the mutation while we were in stasis.
So you used those 600 years to your advantage. Gave the adaptation more time to develop.
Yeah. It's still early, but I think we made a dent. Our scientists say we've improved viability to almost 4%, which is a lot better than what we had. Beyond all the statistics, it means more Krogan children will live. It's the only way my people have a future out here.
Nothing more for now.
Later.
Oh, that was interesting.
Pathfinder, thanks for helping Raj and Zara find Atkins. He's not getting out of lockup for a while.
Sure. Well, anyways, I noticed Drac is here. Hey, Drax, what are you doing in here? Drac, can we talk to you, Drac? Apparently not. Let's check out this data pads. Same shit, different day for posterity in case the initiative goes belly up, blah, 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 blah. Okay. Fun stuff. Anyways, so apparently Drac is here, but we can't talk to him. Can I talk to you? Oh, okay. Here we go. Nope. Come on, give me the talk button. There we go.
Ryder, can you believe this place?
One space station, slightly dented?
You should have seen it a year ago. It was more than just dented. Anyway, thanks for bringing me on. Tan can't kick me off the station now, and it's been nice seeing my granddaughter again.
The two of you seem close.
It's been Kesh and me against the galaxy the moment I got her. Well, maybe not as much now, but it sure was early on.
Wait, so Kesh is your
How
granddaughter?
can we be out of those materials?
Cool! Well, anyways, moving on. Let's see. Who do we still have left? We had scientists and then someone else, but... let's go ahead and head to this one. This is the scientist, probably? No, this is security, Kandros. Hey, Kandros. What's up?
Glad to see you finally. I hear you've been busy out there.
That's one word for it.
Anyway, welcome to Militia HQ. Excuse the mess. This office fields militia work, Nexus security, and looking for the Turian Ark.
What's the word on the Turian Ark?
Scattered readings. Some indicate the Natanus was destroyed, others that people are alive. Who knows? If you need anything, come see me, even if it's just a vent.
What do you know about the enemies we've encountered? The Ket?
We usually see them on worlds with those alien structures. The Ket don't take kindly to anyone studying them. Not sure why. They don't talk to us. Every time we cross paths, there's a fight or they take prisoners.
Why? What do they want?
No one knows. But I've seen their weaponry and what they do to those prisoners. I want them a long, long way from the Nexus.
What brought you out here to Andromeda?
I was tired of being the good one.
The good one?
The Kandros family is old military. There were expectations, you know? Then my sister became a sculptor and cousin Irene went pirate on Omega. Everyone was proud that I stayed in service. But I kept wondering, when do I get my adventure? Jen Garson's dream was so grand, so gutsy, I had to be part of it.
You talk like you weren't part of the leadership. How did you end up commanding the militia?
I was escorting a prospecting team on some moon when those Ket found us. They penned us like cattle for experiments. I managed to get loose, snatched a gun, and freed the others. By the time we killed the bastards and headed back to warn the Nexus, everyone looked at me like I was in charge.
That sounds familiar.
The militia grew from there. Funny, once the heat is on, all kinds of people rise to the top.
Are the other Turians managing okay?
So-so. We're not good at sitting around in a crisis. Service before self gets drummed into us at boot camp. That's probably why so many of us are in the militia. We like to earn our citizenship, whatever galaxy we're in. But it's hard to focus with our Ark missing.
It's rough out there. I might need backup, if you can spare the people.
I have strike teams specializing in assault and extraction. If you need serious firepower, my Apex teams have you covered. But that isn't news to you, right?
Bye, Kandros. Duty calls.
You and me both, Pathfinder.
Okay. Very interesting. Well, one thing's for sure, in the next episode, if we don't go looking for the, whatchamacallit, vault first, I think after that we might go looking for some of the, other arcs if we can figure out how to find them. But anyways, for now, we're gonna head to the docking bay because apparently we need to talk to the scientists. And then after that, I guess we can kind of see what else there is to do. The one thing I will promise, though, is that we will go on an adventure next episode. I know we kind of had 2 episodes just back-to-back talking, but I just want to know this world better, and you don't really get to know it any better and if you don't talk to people. Like, the most interesting fact for me was the fact that we learned that the Quarians didn't come, but they were planning on coming with all the other species, which is something I made a point of earlier on in the series where I was wondering why they weren't around. Anywho, so apparently the scientists are over here, so let's go ahead and try to find them. Tech lab, new location discovered. Okay. Professor Herrick.
Toxic.
Can you stop moving?
Ah, Pathfinder. The information you gathered is marvelous. You and your Sam, of course.
Thanks, Mr.
Professor Herrick. My colleagues and I work directly with Sam, refining your field scans into discoveries to benefit the initiative. Hopefully.
I'm usually out in the field, but I wouldn't mind talking shop. Lab. You know.
You are always welcome.
Indeed. It's thanks to your sterling data gathering that we were able to wrangle this space from Addison.
Keep up the good work, champ.
Well, that was a conversation. Probably the best one yet. I can imagine some people in the comment section like, yes, for Pete's sake, let him go. Let him get on to the adventure. Okay, well, now I just need to figure out how to get out. Here we go. There's apparently an exclamation mark over here. What's what over here? Shapiro. Okay, what's up with you? Hello. Can I talk to you?
What's the trouble?
I've got power shortages throughout the station. I can't for the life of me find the cause. Oh, whoa, you're the Pathfinder. Hey, sorry, please ignore me. You've got way more important things to do.
Power to the Nexus is pretty important. I'm happy to help.
That's great. because I'm at a loss. There are obvious short circuits cropping up all over the place. A Pathfinder's eye might reveal something.
There's a power short here. We could scan the area.
Okay. Interesting. We're gonna go fix the power supply. Okay, so... Oh. What am I scanning? Oh, well, we can scan this. Okay, so... What am I scanning? Okay, apparently something over here. I'm kind of confused now. Okay, so we need to go over here. Okay, so there's something that we can scan right here. I got a kind of rumble of the controller when I went over this area. What am I looking for? I'm looking for your face! No. Okay, I got a ding somewhere right around here. Come on. I keep getting a rumble of the controller, like right about here. Is it in the floor? Okay, let's find another spot to look at and see if we can try to figure out what we're trying to look for. Let's head over here. Okay, so we're in the culture center. Hello, Garson. We don't really care about you just yet. What are we looking for? Oh, we're already out of the scanning area, I just realized. Okay, so we're in this area. What are we supposed to do? Outpost? No, that's just the thing we're looking for. Wait.
To assess the nature of the damage.
Welcome to the Cultural Exchange Center. Please have a look around.
Okay.
We're just getting things up and running.
Okay, now I get it. We're basically trying to look for some damaged computer equipment. So, in here, into the tech lab. Okay, where's the damaged equipment? There we go.
Rachni engineered mastered underground.
Okay, now I figured out what we're supposed to be doing. So what we need to do now is head down here to try to find the last power outage or powered out equipment. Do we have another saboteur? Has the bunny-eared bandit struck again? We will find out. This station is so huge, it's going to take me ages to figure out where I'm supposed to be going. Wait, why are we heading back to operations? Okay, we can do that. And then you know what's going to happen next. The second we get to operations, we're going to have to go all the way back and talk to the guy and say, hey, yes, we found out your problem, but apparently it leads back here. You gotta love these runabout quests.
Without Jean, we wouldn't be here.
Well, in the next episode, we're gonna go ahead and check out that other vault, kind of get some more action in. Because even though I don't think you guys want to go a 3-long episode just trying to figure out everything that's within the base here. Oh wow, there's actually a lot of stuff that's not working in here. I'll probably have to clear this on my own time.
An animal did this?
Affirmative. I am able to track it.
Wait, an animal? Is it a pyjak? That's the only space animal I know of that exists in this universe. Actually, no, there's the dog thing, but I don't remember what that is. All I know is they were a pain to deal with in Mass Effect 2 on Legendary difficulty. Anywho. Oh, for a second I was like, the animal is Drac! Oh, no, wait. Wait, so there's apparently... Ooh, there's a container here. Let's go ahead and pick that up. Creature, examine.
Pathfinder, I believe you found the culprit responsible for the power shortages.
Alert Professor Herrick to come secure it.
What was it? I didn't see it. What did we capture? Drac, have you been keeping pets behind my back? Just gonna ignore me? That's fine. I pretty much ignore you anyway. Okay, well, thank you guys so much for watching. Yeah, it was kind of just a long talk about episode, but I hope you guys enjoyed. Next time we get together, we'll be heading off to go ahead and look for that active vault that Phoebe mentioned. And then after that, we'll probably come back here and do more talking. Yeah. See you in the next one, guys. Auf Wiedersehen.